Wait.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with
Kobe Bryant's
Michael Anthony Fitness, and as always,
Kobe Bryant's an Eagles fan.
oh man,
Oh, come on.
As always, thank you guys for watching,
I
commenting,
love
and
it.
subscribing to the Jobu and Michael Anthony Fitness Report.
I lost.
We're here today at our day job. Hope everybody's doing good. We're doing a little bit of painting here. Thank God we got AC. Helps this stuff dry a little quicker.
Well, then it's not so sticky.
Well, because the humidity's not here. So what we're doing, how's everybody? This is the mantelpiece, and this is like the historic color. It's kind of a creamy color as opposed to white that we're putting on the mantel top and the mantel body. Michael's working on the extra molding that goes on the bookcases over there, and once we finish painting, we're gonna do our final sanding on our cherry tops and put tung oil on. All right, let's get to it. I put up a video with the help of TM Sleaze about the guy, the victim, as they're calling him, from Vegas.
All you have to do is just solid.
He wants an apology from Zeke. Okay? Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me. Zeke supposedly apologized after he was handcuffed. But the guy said, well, he didn't look me in the eyes and it didn't seem sincere. You know what? Should I tell this story I told you a little bit ago, Mike?
I mean, you can. It's true.
This is...
How you do a set? Okay, I got more respect for this guy right here, Pill. Because he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
I don't know if this is one of those stories I should tell or not.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first person to tell a story like that. I'm sure you won't be the last.
I don't know, guys. This is a deep personal story. I mean, very, very deep. It's kind of emotional and all that.
I mean, but it ties in with the story.
You want to do a Jobu theme song? Okay, you're a songwriter. How much is it going to cost?
Donation.
Okay. Ed, see, you know what, Ed? I bet you Ed is hanging out with, what's his name?
Who?
You know, that dude. What's his name?
I don't even think he knows who he is. Oh, we're talking about Lord.
Lord? Board? I don't know.
Or that's Jackson Bronson. So that's a rap.
Because I see Ed is in here a lot too now.
Well, he's always on mine too.
And he's saying, you would. I know you would love him suspended for 2 games because that would be the Washington Redskins game week 2.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'm okay with the New York Giants game because we need to lose that game.
Okay.
The New York Giants game, we need to lose that one.
All right. So here's the thing.
I don't know about that one. We need to win that one. I'm okay losing.
If it was anybody else other than Zeke, Wisconsin, sorry, you can leave a message. If it was anybody other than Zeke, I'd say, okay, maybe he won't be suspended. But the NFL has just got it in for Zeke because they can make an example of him. They basically can say, you know, we got one of the premier players in the NFL.
It's not just that, it's that paperwork they
we're not doomed. No, not by a lot. No,
even
you know what? No.
Games were still good.
All right. Wait, I'm going to stop you right there because here's the thing. Here's what's interesting now. Hold up. Everybody thinks that we are completely stuck with Zeke Elliott. Here's what's interesting. Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you.
And what's
the second half of the season, we actually averaged about 18 yards less running the football. And we were only 10th in the NFL in running the football. And now we got talent on the outside, and we also have Pollard as well. I'm not saying it's ideal to lose Zeke, but it's not a death sentence. We are 4-3 without him. Okay? So don't go through this weird. I'm sick and tired of Cowboy fans that are just so defeated that anything happens, we're doomed. Take positive. Put it out in the universe. You know?
Yeah. We're not done.
I mean,
Might not go to Super Bowl shit, but we're not done.
I'm not putting that out there either yet. No.
I'm not saying it might not, but hey, they do.
But don't put this out there. But okay, I have a very personal story, and I'm not sure if I should share or not because to really tell the story, I really have to tell the story, and it gets to be.
Just bleep out the parts you need to bleep out.
Nah, but see, that's where you have to understand that part of it though.
You don't have to say all. You don't have to say all of it.
But it can kind of equate to the situation with Zeke. And it might be one of those ones that you might look at me differently when I tell you. So you guys let me know. What am I cooking? Oh, I'm not sure about dinner tonight. Now, yesterday I've got another video I got to put up. We actually did an herb chicken over broccoli and bok choy that was actually really good. The garlic herb butter, that was good. Today it's supposed to be turkey chili with zucchini and kale.
Have fun with that one.
And it's like I'll make some turkey chili, but it ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah, that does not sound good at all. Zucchini and chili. Zucchini is good, but I don't know about on chili.
Yeah.
You know, we can put some on the side.
Oh snap! This is gonna take a look at this. Look at this color on the mantelpiece.
Where's all the back in Junior?
Look at that color.
I mean, at least Antonio Brown showing up, unlike the other two. I mean, the Raiders probably not gonna do much this season. They'll be lucky to go 5 minutes this season.
I'm telling you, that's a powder kid. All right, so the NFL is going to take their sweet time, and they're going to definitely make us sweat when it comes to Zeke Elliott. But Zeke's got to understand. I don't know. I should tell the story.
I would.
You would?
I would say if I lived it.
All right, so you guys know I'm old, right? What's happened to North Carolina's biggest fan? I'm old. I'm 53 years old. And you know, it's funny because people think about, you know, segregation and things like that. And they're like, you know, that stuff happened so long ago. You know? What's that got to do with today? Well, here's what's interesting. I grew up in Virginia, but I actually had to go to Washington, D.C. to be born because that was the only black hospital there was. We literally had to drive past 3 hospitals going to the black hospital. My brother Tony was delivered in the car by my dad because he came so fast they did not have enough time as they were passing the other white hospitals to get to Freeman Hospital. And if you don't know what Freeman Hospital was, Freeman Hospital is now Howard University Hospital. Howard University, originally in 1862, because they had black people that were freed slaves that were coming to D.C. and stuff, they made a hospital for freemen. So think about that. Freeman Hospital. That's where I was born. Yeah. In elementary school, I was the first class integrated. If I was a year older, I would have went to an all-black school because I couldn't have been legally able to go to the white school. Think about that for a second. So, whoa. So, growing up, I heard a lot of an N-word. And I remember getting picked on a lot. And what my dad always said is, listen, when you got a bunch of them messing with you, okay, because I would come up, Dad, they keep messing with me and everything else. And I would cry. Dad, they keep messing with me. They're ganging up on me, a whole bunch of them. He said, here's what you do. You take the biggest son of a bitch that's out there. You grab a brick or a stick and you knock him upside the head and you knock him the F out. And I guarantee you, nobody else will mess with him. He said this at the school in front of the principal. Although that's not the story I was going to tell you about, but I was trying to give you some background to understand. And being the complexion that I am, the white kid said he's a nigger. The black kid said you're light, bright, and damn near white. Go on with the rest of the wannabes. So I had no friends growing up. Very difficult to travel with.
I didn't know you won a Super Bowl.
Who's that?
The one that goes with the one that's with the NFL. Mike.
Okay, so in high school, I remember taking 9th grade shop. I love shop. I loved building things. I know it's hard to believe that I actually enjoyed building furniture and stuff growing up. Kind of fitting, isn't it? Move this, make sure it doesn't fall. And I took shop class because I wanted to learn more about woodworking. But back in my day, guys that took shop class were basically guys that just wanted a warehouse. If you were thinking about going to college, you didn't take shop class. We had what we called the A brothers. You know, they are smoking cigarettes. They had a smoking section at school. Go outside and smoke it. You know, they wear their jean jackets and stuff. They smoked weed and stuff, and they were in shop class. But I liked the shop class because I like woodworking. And in my school, we had about 2,000 students. Only about 150 were black. And so I fought a lot of racism. And every day there was this guy, Howard Bowles. I'll never forget that guy till the day I die. Hey Mark, when's Michael? Look, your fans are asking when you making more videos, Mike. They want to hear from you.
Oh, I will. I gotta take a break from what's his face, Lord Bronson. I gotta take a break from him.
So every day, Howard Bowles would always say, "Fucking nigger," excuse my language. "Shut up, nigger." Nigger ass this, nigger that. Sorry, this is what I every day I would hear this. And I would try and ignore it. So finally one of these days, I just was like, you know what? Not today. I said, you know what? Why don't we go outside? And we went outside the school. And we fought. And to this day, I can still feel the scar on the inside of my lip. Where he hit me good. My teeth went into my lip. And we fought. I mean, it was it was like Rocky, blood everywhere and stuff. You know, I won't say anybody won it. We were just broken up. We were just basically bloody. So we have to go to the principal's office or vice principal's office. And I remember vice principal was actually a black principal. I think his name was Dr. Lattimore. Was it Dr. Lattimore? I think it was Dr. Lattimore. And I sitting there, still kind of bloodied and everything else. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, "What happened?" I said, "I finally just got tired of being called a nigger all the time." And I said, "We threw down." I said, "My dad always taught me, if you don't stand up for yourself, then you're forever going to be a punk, and people are always going to mess with you." That's what I did. And he said, "Well, now, Mark, you know, you're a black man, So you have to learn to turn the other cheek. You got to be better than the next guy because you're going to be looked upon differently than everyone else. And I'm like, no, wait. I'm like, wait a minute. Every day I listen to being called a nigger about this. I'm going to shop class because I actually want to build some shit. I want to learn something. But this degenerate over here every day is saying, shut up, nigger. And I'm just supposed to sit there and just take this? I'm like, hell no. Well, then you're going to pay the consequences. Got suspended for a week. And here's where it relates to Zeke Elliott. I was out of school for 5 days. The guy that called me a nigger every fucking day, one day. One damn day. I'm taking crap from this son of a bitch every single day. Every day. Not starting anything, minding my own damn business. Yet, I'm getting suspended for 5 days. Somebody who hopefully will have a future is not going to be pumping gas for the rest of his life. And he gets 1 day? And you look at this and say, but wait, how is this fair? How is this fair? So when I look at Zeke Elliott right now, and we say, yeah, he just kind of, that's, sometimes life is just not fair. And you are looked upon differently because you are a Dallas Cowboy, you're in the spotlight, and they can make an example of you, so that way it keeps everybody else in line. And in the same way my dad said, son, if they're messing with you, you know how you fix it? You take out the biggest one over there, and it will get everybody else's attention. And so what is the NFL doing? Take out Zeke Elliott, and that'll get everybody else's attention. So that's a true story. I live that every day. And I didn't think about that. I haven't thought about that in a long time. But I kept sitting there. I sat there watching the interview of the guy that says, I want an apology from Zeke Elliott. Because his whole thing was, Zeke, you're a big guy. You're in the NFL. Is that what you really believe he said? Is that what you really believe? Heck, Zeke, you're a big guy. He's a big guy and plays in the NFL. Do you really believe that that's what that guy said? Now, I'm not saying Zeke Elliott was right to go ahead and turn around and say, you got something to say to me, but I can guarantee you that's not what that kid said to Zeke Elliott. I guarantee it was, you're a big man, ain't you, bitch? Or, oh, big man can't win the Super Bowl, right? Or something, something to that thing. Because, of course, when you're confronted with somebody, oh, that's a different story. I was just so kind. There was that guy with the basketball games and stuff, when he was interviewed on TV and stuff, he was like, I don't know why the NBA player went off on me, because we were just having an interesting conversation, it was all in good fun. And then they found all of these where the guy was basically stalking him. Literally stalking him and saying all kinds of stuff that was, threatening, where this guy should have been locked up. But of course on TV, I don't know what happened, dude. You know what? And I guarantee you, that's the stuff that went on when I was in school. I don't know what happened with him. He just took, he just went after me. I never said anything. I was always his friend. I was helping him build the desk and stuff in shop class. Then he went off. And so I get suspended for 5 days. But I'm telling the whole story. I got called nigger every day. Every day. Every freaking day. And that's where today bothers me in life. because I remember walking home from elementary school where the race riots were happening at Madison High School, and the police cars being there and stuff, and having to be escorted home and things, and being called nigger growing up every day in school and stuff, and dealing with that stuff. We're hitting all of the black jokes and stuff, that you would always get, and have to go, yeah, that's funny. And then really in the back of your mind, it's like, I can't believe that they're saying this kind of shit to me. And I thought, having gone through all that I would never have to worry about that situation today, that it would be a totally different world, and that my kids wouldn't have to be worried. Because I'm going to tell you, before Trayvon Martin happened, and this is before, this is, how long ago was that when we were pulled over? About 10 years?
This is right after I graduated from high school. So
we got pulled over at gunpoint.
This is right after I graduated high school, about 2008.
By about 10 police cars during the day, guns drawn. And I swear I didn't think I was coming home that day. The only description was there were a couple Hispanics in a truck.
Red truck.
No, they said truck. It was just a truck. In a truck that tried to do a home invasion. They searched our vehicle. They searched, do you have any weapons? I said, I got nail guns, because I do, contracting work. And I remember because we had stopped off in Fredericksburg and went to McDonald's, so we had food, because they're like, where you been? I'm like, what's going on? We'll do the questions here. I'm like, you're scaring the piss out of me. Well, you do what the fuck I said. And, we won't have to do anything. And I'm kind of like, what the fuck? And I was like, listen, like, where were you? I was like, no. I said, I was just in Fredericksburg. I said, here, I can give you the receipt for my bag of McDonald's. And that's when the guy grabs his gun, don't you move. And I'm just like, so after all of this, and they find out, oh, it was somebody else. They still proceeded to take our picture on the side of the road after going through all of our stuff, searching it, and told us to watch what we were doing. Watch what we were doing. We didn't do anything to start with. And that's when you realize sometimes shit just ain't fair. And Zeke, I know you're not watching.
Maybe somebody else is watching that.
I know you're not watching, but here's the thing.
Maybe someone else is watching that.
You're in the same position that I was in elementary school or in high school. It doesn't matter if you're in the right or not. Problem is, if you're anywhere near anything bad, you're getting blamed, and you're the one that's going to suffer the consequences. They don't care. Do you think the NFL is worried about having you on the field? Hell, all the owners and stuff that hate the Cowboys and are still having a vendetta against Jerry Jones for trying to get rid of Roger Goodell. They'd like nothing better than to make you guys suffer. Make the Dallas Cowboys hurt more. So you got no room for error. And understand, you now been warned. Did I see E2 Blue on here? E2 Blue is in the house. Wait. It's the proud daddy up in here.
How far is it going for you? How's life without the dreads?
Well, no, listen. Here's the thing, though. The funny thing about I've faced, believe me, lots of racism in my life. Okay, I've been called everything but the child of God. But I understand this. I know there's some incredible black people. I know there's some ones that ain't worth a fuck. I know some incredible white people. And I know a lot of them that ain't worth a fuck. Excuse my language here, but I feel a little raw today. But here's the thing. You can't put everybody in one category. You have to judge every single person by what's in their heart. Everybody's different. And you can't say that, oh, well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. So maybe I can at least give you guys a little bit of understanding. And that's one of the things that I always say, that I don't want people who always agree with me. Because that's the problem with the internet. The internet is incredible. To be able to do what we're doing right now, for me to be talking to 88 people who knows where, anywhere in the world, is incredible. But the problem is everything is so micro-targeted now. If you click on this, and also too, I'm going to tell you another thing too. Watch what you say. Watch what you say, because I'm going to tell you, Google listens to everything.
Or at least what you search on Google.
No, not even what you search. I will talk about something and then I start seeing ads for it. Stuff that I have not searched for.
Well, your phone is Google.
Okay.
No, I understand, because Android is run by Google, so that I can understand.
I'll give you a couple examples. I was at my in-laws' house and I said, listen, we need to old-proof the house for you. My father-in-law starts talking about walk-in bathtubs. Never searched one in my life. The next day, I'm getting advertisements for walk-in bathtubs.
Google owns the Google Play Store, which is
well, so they're listening to you. They're listening to you, so be careful what you say, you know? So, because you will start seeing, I'm telling you, you will see those ads and stuff on it. But what I hope is, or what I was going to say, I get dementia. I just start running off at the mouth and I go all over the place. But when you have everybody that agrees with you, and everything is so micro-targeted to you, you never get a different opinion. And it doesn't, you may be right, you may be wrong in your view, but you need to understand what the other person is thinking as well. You need to be able to have a conversation. And because in between the two, you can find a solution to a problem. And that's what bothers me now. It's like everybody is like, either you are a Tony Romo fan or you're a Dak Prescott fan. Why can't you just be a Cowboy fan? Okay, Tony Romo was great in his time and everything else. I wish he'd gotten the Super Bowl and everything else. And maybe you feel that, Dak Prescott got the opportunity at Romo's expense. I don't know. But in the end, what are we fighting about?
What did Grandpa say?
Well, he said that Tony Romo would never win.
Right about that.
So, get out of your comfort zone. Listen to somebody who has a different point of view. Put yourself in their shoes. You might just learn something, and you might make the world a better place. And that's all I have to say about that. I hope I didn't offend anybody today. Or
you're proving the point. If you offended them, that would never hope.
But seriously though, Zeke's got to understand that though. He has got to learn that lesson that you can't even just be out drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning, because automatically you're going to have people. Listen, you're going to have people out there that are going to try. Do you think that kid is probably, he's like, it's so upsetting. It's so upsetting about what happened, and I'm so disappointed. He couldn't stop from laughing.
That's any athlete, because people are trying to get paid.
So it's kind of like, yeah, you're the meal ticket for everybody else.
That's all athletes do. Because everybody trying to get something.
We're not going to do something that's out of their price range. Right now, it is Browns and the Ravens for example for the services. If the money is not Andrew like he wants, don't be surprised if he takes a third visit. The Carolina Panthers,
We're talking about Gerald McCoy?
Yeah, McCoy. Because then so the Browns and the Ravens have not even going to a third visit with Carolina.
After being at Tampa Bay, I'm not sure I'd want to go to Cleveland. Cleveland cold.
The Ravens is a bad organization to go to. I mean, you're only working with, what's his name?
Earl.
The man that shouldn't be named.
course, Andrew, what he wants.
And yes, I still follow him on
He
Instagram.
wants teams to buy their services, to jack up the prices, maybe even get.
I feel used with Earl Thomas.
I don't.
No.
I got views with Earl Thomas. I got subscribers with Earl Thomas. So I'm not.
I got a lot of hate because of Earl Thomas to this day.
That's because people. It's not the hate. It's because the YouTubers trying to make a name for themselves. That's why they went after you and see what happened to most of them. Nothing.
To who? The ones that went after me?
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones that went after you because of that situation.
Well, it's good to say, we do now, Andrew, have 5 legitimate general manager candidates for the Jets. The last request, I was told this morning, so Terry Fontenot, the New Orleans Saints director of pro scouting.
All right, this is beginning to look pretty good. I need to do a little talking. Let me show you what I've been doing down here on the floor. See, this is the historical color of the mantle. It's kind of a creamish color. Gonna need to put. Yeah, Tyrone Crawford might get hit too. That's possible.
He actually got charged.
Yeah.
That's the difference though, between him and Zeke. He actually got charged. And there might be more to that situation than we saw on those tapes.
That's the thing that kills me is that, you know, like Warren Sapp
Oh yeah, that.
and some of the other NFL players, I think. Or no, actually,
The Warren Sapp guy, I think, didn't he get
no,
fired?
you know who really killed me was Darren Sharper. Okay, Darren Sharper. All right, so Darren Sharper was a cornerback for the Saints and stuff. Is it Darren Sharper? No, not Darren Sharper. No. Shit. Fuck. Sorry, Darren Sharper. I didn't mean to mess you up on it. Yeah, guys, I'm having a brain fart. But he was the one that was drugging women in Vegas and Arizona and New Orleans and stuff. He was he was known as the Pick Magnet because they had him on NFL Network, and he's in that suit, that smile and stuff, looking all pretty and everything else. The Pick Magnet and stuff, And dude was straight up with his boys, drugging women for days. And in my mind, I was sitting there thinking, "No, wait a minute." I'm like, wait a minute. This guy has got a Super Bowl ring. He's on NFL Network with his own segment called The Pick Magnet. Okay? All right? Got the Super Bowl ring. Got a pretty motherfucker on top of it. And he got to drug women? And I was like, I'm glad I'm not single because if he's got to drug women to get somebody else. Yeah, him and they were drugging women in Las Vegas, in Arizona. It was like over 3 states. He's in jail now. And I'm like, if this guy has to drug women, there ain't no hope for the rest of us ugly people like me.
I gotta look at one and something else.
It was Darren Sharper. Okay, it was Darren Sharper. Okay, so my brain isn't as bad as I thought. But can you believe that kind of stuff? How it's like, I'm sorry. I would imagine that women are just throwing their underwear at you if they know who you are. I mean, how is it that you have to drug? Sometimes it's like, what are you thinking? So you gave up your whole life. You had this incredible job. Warren Sapp, here it is.
Yeah,
we were in Arizona. In Arizona, we're doing the whole human trafficking and stuff. That's what we were doing with United Way. And the NFL was making it part of this whole thing. And you have a couple of prostitutes, and you decide, I ain't going to pay them. You're going to lose your... That's the sword you're going to fall on?
Just pay them and keep them moving.
That's where you kind of say, some of y'all people are just stupid.
See, people don't roast. People think if you got money, you get away with anything.
Yeah,
That's not true.
but he wasn't that bright to begin with. Because look, Cowboys 5th day of OTAs.
That's right. Say it again, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. What's up, Sal? And there's Michael Anthony over there painting some shit.
That's why it's gonna be okay if you gotta get suspended.
What's happening, Tony? Chaz? I'm sorry, I've been a little raw today. Okay, they're talking about the Cowboys. Difference.
In other words, we aren't expecting a bunch of different plays we had to this, but we are expecting the way they dress them up to look differently. You know, this was an offense that both players as well as opposing teams and fans have criticized for its predictability. So they've been trying to address that this offseason. So they brought in two former Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks to do that. Of course, Kellen Moore has been likened to their answer to Sean McVay, the innovation that the LA Rams have.
Well, let's hope that he's the answer.
That's what the Bengals are trying to do.
Talk your shit, Mark. You're cool.
The Bengals are trying to do the same thing too with their young coach.
Let me move that back out of the way here. But Stephanie, there's Amelia South. Oh man, raw football talk. But I had another story. What was the other one? Oh, I know what another one that I need to talk about. I need to do a video on. You know, my mind is constantly going. I don't know the last time that I went through a day without doing a video. I guess maybe on the cruise we had our time because it wouldn't upload. But every day I try and bring something different than what everybody else is talking about. And I try and look at things from different points of view and stuff to keep you entertained. And my mind, literally, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. Ed Oliver, you know what? Wait a minute, let me get the Redskin fan. Ed Oliver, he's peeping up. Ed, you're peeping. Actually, let me do it like this. This might be a better piece here. Redskin fans, is it safe to come out? How about Dez when he dropped it? You know, at least we were in the position of being in the playoffs with an opportunity to win the game. What's your Washington Redskins done? Ed? Ed? I know my team sucks. I know we haven't won the Super Bowl since '95. But, oh, by the way, you do realize that we won 3, as inept as we've been. 3 since the last time your team was there. You know, back in the last, here's how long ago it was when you guys won the Super Bowl. I could still run a 6-minute mile. I don't believe there was any internet back then either. I'm just saying, Ed. If you want to, Ed, if you want to talk, because I do remember those Super Bowls that you guys won, because I was here in the Washington D.C. area. Richie Pettibone, your defensive coordinator, his kids, Richie Jr. played at the University of Maryland. His sister, I can't remember his sister's name. She was a cheerleader. Yeah, I remember. In '83, them going to the Super Bowl and everything else, and we had the day of school off so they could go to the parade, and here it is, I'm the Cowboy fans. At least I got a day off. So, we had the internet. We didn't have all of this there, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. I do remember in '92, no, we're talking about '91. '92, we went to the Super Bowl. I remember when we actually had to dial up. We actually had a Radio Shack cassette player that you had to put the phone on top of for it to play and push play. Yeah. And I remember when we could play Pong. Oh my God, Pong. The ball. Boop, 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 boom, boop, 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 boop. Come on, man. Come on, Ed. Admit it, man. Ed, your team has been inept. Yeah, we had rotary phones, buddy. We had rotary phones in my house. Yes. I remember when they came out with Call Wait. Wait a minute. I can be on the phone with somebody else and somebody else can call and I will know that they're called. Oh my God. Whoa, call waiting. You don't understand how big that was because every time you got on the phone, first thing my dad would say, make sure it's not long distance because literally 20 miles from here, it was a long distance call and you had to pay. Okay? And then it was, don't tie up the phone line. Somebody else might be calling. It might be important. So you couldn't stay on for more than 5 minutes, but then they got call waiting. Oh my God. Hey, we're going to talk all night today because we got call waiting. If somebody else calls, we can click right over. Y'all don't know how good you got it. Okay? Y'all really don't know. You know, when I went to school, you know how you can go ahead and just say what you want to find? Google, tell me about the War of 1812. Heck, Google, write me a paper on the War of 1812. Dude, we would have to go to the library and we'd have to go through this card file, the Dewey frickin' Decimal System. You have to go through here, find whatever book it is that you're looking for, and then you get this decimal point. Then you got to go down through all these rows, all these stacks of books, and you have to find a book, open it up, and you had to read the book to find the information. And then when you did the report, you had to show where you got the information and stuff on it, just to do a paper. Oh my God, pagers. Oh, pagers, oh my God, and beepers. Remember how you could go ahead and do the numbers and send messages of like hi, you know, was like I can't remember what it was, or boo. Boo was the big one. Boo. 900B. 900B. Boo. Oh man, look, I'm gonna beat somebody with boo. Ah. Yeah. It's totally different today, man. Totally different. Oh my God, remember think about this. Think about driving someplace and trying to find somebody's house without having Google Maps. Think about being on the interstate, having to pull off, find a gas station, have some quarters to call and say, I'm at gas station on Route 15 and I don't know which way to go. I need directions.
We had some time to talk with some of the defensive players recently, including the great Akeem Hicks, Pro Bowler, and
sounds like I grew up in like the Stone Ages. I guess I did.
Two completely different styles in terms of the defensive coordinator, from Fangio to Chuck Pagano. But
thank you everybody for letting me go through this stroll through memory lane.
He just kind of brings you in. And if you're around Chuck Pagano, you will also get that feeling. He said he's very in touch with his players, but one thing I love, Andrew, is he has asked, Pagano has asked many of the defensive players, some of the leaders on this team, Danny Trevathan and company, what do you guys want to do? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? He's going to put his touch on it, but what I really suspect is you're going to see.
I'm going to let this stuff dry. And then we'll come out and put another coat on it, and then this stuff's going to be ready to be installed. I'm also doing, you'll see over here, those pieces that are clamped up. Those are actually stair treads to go to replace the rotted out ones at the house. So we'll have to go through, sand those out, round them over, and put spar urethane on them. And these are actually the cherry tops that are going to go, look over here. Look at this. These are the other bookcases that we're doing. You see I've got the doors over here. These are actually the backing pieces for the doors to cover up the gap and stuff. We got to install those. But, and the shelves. So it's all kind of coming together. Oh my God, the payphones, yeah. That's Tony, yes. I'm definitely going to be coming to training camp for a couple of days, hopefully. I should be at the season opening game against the Giants. We're going to be doing a tailgate here in D.C. with the Washington Redskin game.
I was at this game, but you're seeing right here, and it was like a balloon that pops all of a sudden, and it just deflates.
Oh yes, this touch tone, yes, touch tone phones. touchdown phones were a big improvement over the rotaries. This stuff is dry.
Which ones?
I mean, it needs to dry before I put it on. So I've gone through a stroll down memory lane talking about rotary phones and having to use pay phones and beepers.
I mean, I remember the flip phones. That was in my lifetime. Toward the end of flip phones were in my lifetime.
The lack of having an internet.
That was one of the flip phones.
You know, Ed Albers sitting here trying to talk some smack.
Well, he always talks back, but he doesn't want to do anybody different.
He was like, tell us about when Dez dropped it. I said, you know what? At least our Cowboys were in a position to be in the playoffs, to lose.
What
as opposed to...
What happened afterwards, they reversed the call. You know, it really didn't mean
Yeah,
nothing.
well.
I mean, but they reversed the call, so it wasn't a catch.
That's more, you know, when they reverse the call, that's more of like, ha ha, you still lost. You know, that's where like New Orleans Saints fans, oh my God, you know, they got to admit that they're wrong. Well, what did it gonna do? The season's over with. You're not going to the Super Bowl. They screwed you over.
What was it? The Lions a couple years ago had one of those calls too. After the fact they
PBS, Mr. Rogers. Oh, Captain Kangaroo. Can't forget Captain Kangaroo, the Electric Company, and of course Sesame Street.
Is that one still on?
Oh yeah, when the TV went off at like midnight and you got the all night long.
Yeah, but see, cable TV talking to go out.
You know, who X Factor? Who? Somebody keeps talking about this Lord somebody. Who?
I mean, I already won the beef, sir.
Stephanie Street. You should have told me that, Stephanie Street. Come and play, everybody, or everything's A-okay. Because we got Stephanie Street. Okay, all right. Can you tell me how to get to Stephanie Street? Lord Brunson sucks. Michael Anthony Fitness. Oh, everybody says you buried him. Oh.
I'm not going to talk about it until the Eagles game this season.
I got to watch his video on it.
I told he's the one that's...
Payphones, yeah.
I'll tell he's the one that said his team was trash.
Oh, the Soul Train. Yeah, I remember Soul Train. Oh, my God. That show is still on TV now.
Yeah, it is. That was Soul Train Award.
Okay, Stephanie, I can't tell what that symbol is. It's too small. But you're probably pissed. Never heard of her. You never heard of whom? I know you guys watch this and it's like, y'all don't really work, do you? That's what y'all think, isn't it? Hey, never heard of LB. Okay. Reading Rainbow was much later. Reading Rainbow was way.
All you had to do, you had that guy from Star Trek.
Yeah.
I used to watch that.
We used to, okay. We used to watch Captain Kangaroo. LB, Lord Brunson. Oh, I thought you said you never heard of her. Oh, they called her. Okay. I ain't mad at him. You know, he's trying to grow, man. He's trying to stir some shit up.
He only has 6,000 subscribers, so I can't blame him.
A 70-foot. We're getting old? Hey, listen. I'm 60s. I am the same age, and it's a good thing, as the Super Bowl. Okay? So I can never forget my birthday, or how old I am, because just remember, what Super Bowl are we on? That's how old I am. Well, shout out Matt in Ohio, South Carolina for vacation and still making time to listen. I appreciate that. I still don't understand why people listen to me, but I appreciate it.
Keep watching.
Damon, what's up? The security guy? You know what?
He's not much of a security guy.
Here's my thing right now. Understand, it's a golden ticket for it. You know what TMC did? Hey, we got $5,000 for you for an interview. We'll make it $10,000. Sit down with us for 5 minutes. Tell the story about it. Because there's always three sides to every story. There's my side, your side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. But if you don't think a story evolves and changes, get people in a line and whisper to one person and have them whisper the same thing on down the ride. You can start out and say, I'm going to the store to get a loaf of bread. By the time it goes through 15 people and gets out on the other end, it's going to be, I'm sleeping with Beyonce, man, and she paid me. That's how much the story is going to change over time. Now, when you tell a story, and the reason I say there's three sides is you never tell the story where you look bad. You're going to make sure you highlight the parts that are better looking for you, okay? You know, as my wife always say, clean it up. Clean it up. It's like you're not telling the whole story. You're not lying, but you're not telling the truth. You're not telling the whole story. So, you know, for him to say, hey, you know, I just said, you know, he's a big guy. He plays in the NFL. And he shoved me, he got in my face. You got something to say to me, and shoved me to the ground on top of this metal grate. Now you know, it wasn't nice, but I've had worse falls because I played football too. I was like, wait a minute. Are you honestly saying? Because when I watch the film, I see Zeke Elliott go through, and he says, "I'm good." Now the guy says, well, they told him that you can't go through this entranceway here, and he started looking people up and down. Did you see Zeke Elliott looking, eyeballing anybody? Did you see? Because I'm trying to understand in that testimony that he just gave. He said Zeke was told that this was the golf cart entranceway, and that he couldn't go through there. I'm sorry, I see Zeke Elliott over here, and he turns around and says, I'm good. Where was this whole thing of eyeballing the guy up and down? He was angry, and I didn't see all that he talked about in that tape. And he just said, oh, well, I just said he's a big guy and plays in the NFL. Really? 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 Is that all you said? Is that all you said? And you said it just like that? He's a big guy and plays. Because to me, the body language was, I still say Zeke was wrong for responding because he's got the target on his back, but he was instigate. Come on, let's be honest now, buddy. Let's be honest. You did instigate a little bit. Do you remember when Marion Briscoe, the first African American quarterback of Denver Broncos? I remember Joe Gilliam with the Steelers. Marion Briscoe. I'm gonna have to look that one up because I don't remember that one. Is it a coincidence that the dude had an interview around the same time as what? You mean that at Jason Garrett had his? I mean, I'm assuming that's what it probably is. What's up, Alpha 24? How you doing today, man? Yes, I remember Joe Gilliam. Joe Gilliam. You know, here's what's sad. I talked about Mark Gastineau right now, stage 3 colon cancer. And, you know, they've got GoFundMe to help pay for medical bills because there's no health insurance. Joe Gilliam, with the Steelers, actually started, I think, over Terry Bradshaw, but Bradshaw eventually took over. But he ended up dying on the streets, homeless in Atlanta. And there's something wrong about when you see all of these old football players that have given everything. And I know it's... We look at it and say they're making tons of money, and yes, there are some that make tons of money, but there's also some of these ones that get screwed up that are making the vet, you know, minimum. And when you start thinking about you've trained all your life for this job, and you're only working it 3 or 4 years, that money needs to last you the rest of your life. Most of us will make more money than the average football player in our lifetime because we work every year. And the fact that these guys are risking their lives, you know, when you take a high-risk job, you know, lumberjack, longshoreman and stuff, you know, you're putting your life on the line for that job. And that's what these guys are actually doing. And a lot of times screwed up mentally, physically, emotionally, and it's sad in the end. When you start meeting some of these Hall of Famers, or for me, you know, guys like players that I looked up to growing up, and you see where they're really old, their mental facilities aren't really there anymore, and you realize it's from playing football for our entertainment. It's like, damn. It really makes you think, and it's like, how is it the NFL cannot take care of these guys after the fact? They got no problem charging us incredible money. I mean, the Super Bowl tickets now are face value $1,200. $1,200 for the cheap seats, $1,500 to $2,500 for the good ones. Face value. And oh, by the way, they're now ticket brokers now too, so they charge you an extra $50, $75 to sell you the tickets on there. Oh, you look at the Raiders with the new stadium. Some of the personal seat license, just to have the right to buy a ticket, costs $100,000. So you're talking about a company that's making over $10 billion a year. Why is it you can't take care of your employees? Anybody see anything wrong with that? I mean, damn. It's $10 for a freaking beer, $5 for a freaking water at a game. Well, and they're trying to clamp down on the tailgates too. Buffalo, you know, now you have a designated area. Minnesota, there's no tailgating because they want to make sure that you get all your stuff at the
Well,
stadium.
see, Minnesota I can understand because it's a cold city. Minnesota, I can understand that one. It's a cold city. I mean, it's like, no, I can understand Minnesota because it snows a lot.
Oh, and
Minnesota,
how about
I can understand.
you know, it's amazing how Robert Kraft stuff just disappeared, isn't it? Oh, sorry.
He has
Can't
money.
use the video as evidence. I didn't turn the hose off, did I?
Not to know.
Oh, okay.
No, he has money.
No, he's an owner.
Well, actually, he got money. He got money.
He's Howard Bowles in my situation.
He got
All over again.
He got some money.
You know, that's what, Joseph, thank you. You got that same thing too, because I did the video on it. I was kind of like, you know, he was talking about how much he's hurt and disappointed. But I'm really hurt and disappointed. And it's like, come on, dude. You got your seat for the Raiders, 10,000 a seat. I'm broke and can't wait to see the Cowboys here.
No. It's not 10,000. It's 10.
Raiders, 10,000 a seat.
No, it's 100,000 for
Well,
season
it depends on where the location
Well, I mean,
is.
that's
But
the
it
average
escalates.
price for season tickets, sir. Remember, it's a season ticket price, and that's just a standing line.
Right.
That's just a.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. You're going to pretend that video doesn't exist? Yeah.
No. What is it? That's just.
Mark the legend. Deion Sanders prime time. Okay.
No. That's just the price so you can stand in line to get the
Daniel,
season
dude, man, how you been doing, man? Are you excited about the season yet? I know you better be ready for our tailgate, and we're going to be going to the Giant game, season opener. So you would want to.
Yeah. Look out for that video.
Take a phone call, Mark. Take a phone call. Somebody call him. It ain't ringing.
And be ready too, because the Giants lose. Someone's gonna be wearing the Odell Beckham Jr. jersey, and it ain't gonna be me.
Who? Rasheed?
Mr. Stinkin.
Oh.
Well, we betted that at the draft.
That just make him cry.
And
So much.
that's the point. To do it in front of all Dallas Cowboys fans, that's the point. But I think they'll win the first game.
He got disappointed because he hasn't gotten paid to stay quiet. Mark, we should. Oh, agree. Hall, not only Woodson, but Emerson Walls too. Both of those guys should be in. Oh, Daniel, you'll be calling me talking about the tailgate. Okay, yeah. We're gonna be doing it with that's a whole mug. You know, I suck on coffee all day. We're gonna be doing it with Cowboys experience, and we might even have a retired player at our tailgate. I did find out, Daniel, this is gonna help us out too. They have a mast that goes into the tail hook for TVs. So, and the other thing I also found out too is my I've got Verizon television on, Fios that I can put on my phone, and I can go ahead and just broadcast it to a smart TV. So we won't have the issues that we had last time.
And the Wi-Fi at the Redskins Stadium is actually really good.
Yeah. But even if I don't have the Wi-Fi, though, I can do Fios with just regular signal.
Well, I know about saying, though,
and I got that adapter that plugs from here.
Well, I know about saying, though, their Wi-Fi is actually really good.
So we'll get it.
They got good Wi-Fi.
Did I get your email? I probably got it and just didn't open it because I don't check my email that much. But I'll check it. different than season ticket prices. I brought my season tickets in Dallas, and they financed this PSL. Well, the thing with here's the thing with the PSL for the Raiders. I think you get a refund of what you paid like 5 or 10 years down the road,
Yeah, something like
but they're making all the interest off of it. So if you put $100,000 in
just to stand in
for
line.
5 years, I mean 10% return in the stock market over 5 years, you're talking about $60,000 of interest that they'll make on your money. Come on, take care of the football players. And how is it Charlie Casserly? I mean, he's worse than I am. I know I got dementia. Trash dumpster fire. Go to your Redskins network. Oh, are you giving Ed Oliver a hard time?
You know, at least his content is actually pretty good.
Yeah, Daniel, I want this one to be huge. I mean, I'm hoping that this will be a tailgate that everybody talks about.
Yeah, we had fun at the last one that we had at Redskins Stadium.
Well, we've been on here for an hour, and I guess I've been hogging the airwaves. So, you got to paint those shelves over there. We'll let this dry for about an hour, and we'll put another coat on that. And then you touch. Oh, do me a favor. When you paint those shelves,
Where do you want to put the shelves?
well, you can let that stuff dry out. Because you got to paint the other side of those too.
Of course.
Or what you could do, you can go ahead and put a couple of sleepers and paint it, put them right here on the table saw. Hail to the team that was the last one to let blacks into the league. Ooh, Miss Jackie throwing that heat. Miss Jackie throwing the heat.
I'm glad they were the last ones to integrate because I wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboys fan if they weren't the last ones to integrate. So, hail to them for doing that.
This is the bad thing about my workshop is it's not big enough. I wish I had another room where it was just a finishing room, but it's a 2-car garage. But you know, you got to make do with what you got. You got to make it work, however you can. I really like this. Oh boy. The name is Miss Jackie to you. Oh. I heard that. That's why you hate the Washington Redskins franchise. Redskin takeover. Hail to the Redskins. Yeah, good luck with that. Don Julio, how do we know that? So who's getting the air of Miss Jackie? See, I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie is nice, kind, and sweet. It's all of a sudden she'll do that 180 turn on the head, and yes, your ass is hers. Wait a minute, was that a Redskin fan that was at the tailgate? Wait.
Yeah.
The last tailgate is real nice. Enjoyed myself, especially the Redskin fan. Okay, so
Yeah, there was one or two.
Henry Peterson.
Oh, are you talking about your cousin?
Is it Daniel?
It might be Daniel because he was the only Redskin
Are
fan.
you now Henry instead of Daniel? What?
Or it might be another one because I know there was one or two of them besides your cousin.
Yeah, you know, you did get the best of us Redskins on that one. It was about time you finally
Yeah,
won
but
one.
do you remember the last time
And the bottom edge too, I missed a couple spots.
remember the last time we played on was it NBC or TBS? We lost against the Redskins where Troy Aikman was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was due.
Velour. Oh, somebody got banned. Oh.
Wasn't me.
Oh, you may that would be cool. You know what? A cowboy cake. Brian from SoCal. That's old news, man. I did a video about that before I live streamed. I've been live streaming for an hour, man. You know what? Don't watch ESPN. Just watch the Jobu Sports Report. We keep you up to date. Miss Jackie goes ahead and relays everything to me. I relay it to you, man. You know, ESPN is always late to the party. Oh, you got your wife's old phone. Daniel, how you doing, man? So you're Harry. Wait, hold. Wait. Do I need to ask why there's a Harry in your wife's phone?
I don't even want to know.
Daniel, do we need to bring a bottle down there and have a conversation? Are there problems? Inquiring minds want to know. No apologies to the snowflake. Watch Vimeo. Well, that's true, Philly. You're always on there, Philly. And I try. It's hard to keep up. But see, what happens is, downstairs with using the Mevo, there's two ways I use it. Okay, the Mevo directly with the cell phone. So everything plugs in from the mixer actually into one cell phone that's right there. And when I do just a quick update, it records it on the Mevo, and then I upload it to Vimeo. So Vimeo gets it first, and from there I go ahead and publish it to social media. And what it does is it then goes ahead and uploads it to YouTube. It sends the link to Facebook, and it sends the link to, it uploads it to Facebook at the same time. So the same video is on Facebook and YouTube, and it sends the link to Facebook. So that way I can broadcast it with a couple of clicks. But it's always up first on Vimeo, and then it takes about 5 minutes to get onto YouTube. So technically, if you want the Jobu Sports Report first, then you need to get it on there. And it's funny because Miss Jackie had sent me the link about the interview, and I just finished recording it, and it was uploading from the Mevo to Vimeo, and I was like, I just did the video on that. But it still takes a couple minutes to do that. Yeah, you're my cousin, Daniel. I kept seeing Henry Peterson. I'm like, who the hell is Henry? I was like, I don't remember a cousin named Henry. When can I get you? Can you get together? Well, I'm actually in hiding because there are some people out there that act real nice and that are actually trying to kill me. So I try and keep it a secret. I have to kind of stay undercover. But we'll be doing the Tailgate Redskin game. We'll be doing some games at Lucky's and stuff. One of the things I want to do too, which might be kind of cool, is using the system that I have, and like I was talking to Miss Jackie and stuff, is using you guys as reporters. And what we can do is basically your cell phone I can use as a remote camera in my system. So you could be at the game or at a tailgate or an autograph signing, and I can bring your feed into the system, and I can do like picture-in-picture or just go to you, just like let's say NFL Network over here that's got Ian Rappaport, where they go to Ian and I can be talking to you and we can be doing that stuff directly. I'm still learning the system. I'm finally getting the bugs and stuff out of it, and at least the live streams lately have been a little bit better than where they were before. So it should be, you should be able to slide these over.
We're not going to paint them inside. That's what I can do.
The other side doesn't need.
No, you said the other one.
Oh, these, yeah, those two. Yeah, those take, with this AC on, it don't take long for this to dry.
Because now he doesn't have any
Get together with Vosh and everybody have a round table. Well, I love Vosh and stuff, but Vosh has a way of sucking all the air out the room.
That needs immaturity.
And like, you just need to shut up and let everybody else talk. And like, this is not shut. Wait a minute, hold on. Did you see the name on the title up there? It's the Jobu Sports Report. I.e., me. Don't tell me to shut up. Beep, 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 beep. Who's going to Oxnard? We are.
I'm gonna go see my sister. Out that way.
We're gonna be there.
I'm gonna go visit her when she goes out that way. That's why I go.
Solar wants me to give him a call. Okay. Cedric Wilson, I've not seen much. Cedric Wilson, I haven't really either. Now that you mentioned it, Miss Jackie. But we got.
Is he injured?
He's coming back from injury.
I think that's why I haven't seen much of him, because all the guys that are hurt, they're not doing a lot of practicing. They're there at OTA.
Connecticut Cowboys. Vosh loves Vosh. Oh, what's up, Twan? Oh man, Twan. You see what we're doing, man? Me and Mike still working, still
Yeah, they have their own.
Doing our thing, huh?
They have their own little thing out there.
Whoa. So, Twan, where are you working at now? And why I gotta be Mr. Holmes? That's what makes me feel old, man. Damn.
I feel you on that.
Mr. Holmes, that's my dad. He's, you know.
People see that to me too.
No, I haven't gotten tickets yet. No. Yeah, here's the thing with tickets. What I do is I wait until actually when it's close. But actually, I forgot. We got the ticket broker through Cowboys Experience that has a friend and stuff.
Oh yeah, the one that's on the.
You're working for Goodyear? Really?
Oh, that's what's up.
All right. I need some tires. Can you hook a brother up?
I'll show you join that better than.
Well, Terry, definitely. Like I said, man, I'm hoping we can get 300 people for our tailgate. That would be like incredible.
We had over 100 last time we had.
Because these guys got the attention. Tiger Woods was paired with Peyton Manning. Then celebrity
What is?
Okay, well, what we may do.
What does those two got to do with?
What we actually did last year was we went directly to the Redskins and we didn't have to pay ticket broker. In fact, I made the mistake of making a call to the Redskins just to find out about ticket prices, and I said that I'm a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber and I might try and see if I can buy like a block of tickets and stuff. And you figure that it's a Cowboy fan. No, we don't want to sell tickets. They called me like every other day. Hey, how about those tickets? You want those tickets? Hey, I'm like, damn. Right, they gave me 10% off on the tickets. I'm like, damn.
Because they want your business. They don't care about if you.
I was like, and it was funny because I went to FedEx Field and I'm sitting in the office there with Jobu and Cowboy shirt on buying tickets, and they're just kind of, hey, what's up? Like.
They just want your business. That's all they care about.
Yeah, I'm just happy that somebody's buying some seats in that crappy ass stadium. And Ed, I mean, it's crappy. Rusty columns and stuff, bad sight lines. You feel like you're in a cave. Oh yeah, place smells bad, and the Redskins are there too. Worst place in the world. Place just stinks. It ain't proper. The lower 45-yard line was a doozy FedEx.
I mean, when we went inside, we had
buy them and we can go together. Okay, well, Ed, I tell you what. What we'll do as we get closer to the beginning of the season and stuff, I'll go ahead and say, look, I'm going to be looking at buying some tickets in the block and stuff. Because the more people get together, I think the better the price the Redskins will, because they're just thankful somebody will buy some tickets to that.
Of course, they'll probably do a Boston Dallas game.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'll stay in the parking lot the rest of the rest.
Oh, Jason Taylor. Here's when you know your team's bad, Ed. Jason Taylor, in his acceptance speech for the Hall of Fame, said, "Let me thank Daniel Snyder for letting me steal money from you."
I remember that.
Because basically I came there to get paid and didn't do jack to earn it. That's sad.
Ain't sad.
But that's the thing. The Washington Redskins, they know to be the place to get paid. Oh, yeah, it will be a packed house. Yeah, I agree with you on that one because of Haskins, and it'll be early in the season before you guys turn into shit. So, yeah, people want to see that. I can't wait to see it. Now, the question will be is, will Zeke Elliott be there for him?
I'm okay if we lose against the New York Giants. Because the one time we lost to the New York Giants in the last 8 years, we made it to the playoffs. So I'm okay losing to the Giants. But can't lose to the Redskins.
Now, let me ask you, Ed. Since you are a Redskin fan, how do you feel about your stadium? Do you like it?
Do
you think it's a good stadium?
I don't think he has ever been there before.
You've never been there?
I don't think he has.
Ed, you've never been to the... Wait.
I don't think he has.
See, Ed, you can't be telling me you've never gone to a game at FedEx and you live in the D.C. area and you're a Redskin fan. Because we get told that there's Cowboy fans that have never been to Texas. You tell me you've never been to FedEx? Scheffner said 2-game suspension. Ed, you've been saying some stuff on here, man. You kind of like to troll my channel here. I know it. I got your game. That's some old bull. I've been there multiple times. Well,
Okay, at least you have.
All right, so at least I'll give you a thumbs up. You know, I've been there, I want to say 5 or 6 games. Only one time have I seen the Redskins beat my Cowboys. Only once.
Oh, was he against Kirk Cousins though?
He thinks wrestling is real too.
It's wrestling is stage.
Oh, without a doubt. All right, 2 more shelves to paint. Thank God. I'm gonna like this color. I can't wait to put this thing in. I figure what day we're gonna go put this in. 'Cause Saturday we got to be over at Don's house to do the demo. We also got to go back over and put tile at Ellen's house on the backsplash. We got to put this in. We got to put those in. Stadiums that are nice. Detroit Stadium is actually very intimate. It's actually a nice sightline.
The Dallas
stadium.
Cowboys Stadium is.
Well, they just said besides Dallas.
Really
Lucas Oil is another nice one too.
I'm not really a big fan of Dallas Cowboys.
Minnesota's was okay. The Texans, meh. Miami. Thing I'll remember about Miami was the Super Bowl, seeing Prince
Oh yeah,
sing "Purple Rain in the Rain." That was Tampa Bay Stadium, meh. Jacksonville.
One good thing about it, you got pools.
Arizona's nice. Giants. And let's see, which other ones? Indy, Detroit. What other ones have I been to? Atlanta. Atlanta's was nice. That whole iris opening on it was really kind of cool. And I think that's all the ones I've been to.
Oh, Mercedes Benz.
Yeah. Oh, New Orleans. New Orleans was nice. It wasn't nice the way they treated our Cowboys, but the stadium was nice. And I tell you what, that's the place to go to have a Super Bowl. That is the best place to have a Super Bowl because it's like a convention city. You can literally walk everywhere. The food's great. People are friendly. But yeah, the Redskins Stadium just sucks. I'm sorry. And sorry. Your team sucks and the stadium sucks with it.
I'm telling you, the only good thing about the Redskins Stadium is the parking lot.
Oh, Seattle. Seattle Stadium. That, oh my God, Seahawks. That stadium, that's like being inside of a jet engine. That is no joke going in there. That 12th man ain't no bullshit. Slab bulkhead, wait a minute. Slab bulkhead, explain that last comment about Zeke and every black person's aunties. That comment is about to get you banned. Explain. Yeah. I guess you must have deleted that.
I wouldn't explain
Slab bulkhead is one of those trolls. Zeke looks horrible. He reminds me of every black person's aunties. Really, dude? Really, dude?
I don't play that on my child block it like that.
Nah, Ed's okay. Ed's just one of those, he's a Redskin fan. He's kind of a troll, but he's all right.
But at least he defends his team. I give him that.
Yeah, I need a haircut, but I just don't like to spend a whole lot of money on getting my hair cut on a regular. Actually, I just need to put some product in it and stuff. It gets out here with all the dust and stuff, and it just kind of does crazy things. But
see, I have to get my.
And I'm just real. What you see here?
See, I'm single, so I
just
get my
read
hair
it.
cut so I can look nice. I might get one this week.
Let Michael know I'm coming up from RVA for a real workout. Okay. Why didn't they Mike a junior? Because he's Mike and not Mark.
I'm named after 2 of my uncles.
Yeah.
That's the truth. 2 of my uncles.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. Thank you. Tell him. Tell him, you slab. Don't mess with Miss Jackie.
I would always block you on my channel.
You'd like to make it to your first Cowboys game, but you're visually impaired. Huge Dallas family here in Frederick, Maryland. Plus my whole family is Dallas fans, and it's a lot of Dallas fans here too. Oh, there's tons of Cowboy fans around here.
Hey, you come to the tailgate.
Well, and here's the thing.
You come to the tailgate, you don't have to pay anything to come.
One of the things, and I was talking to Barry from Cowboys Experience, that I hate is the NFL has gotten to the point where it is just so much money that most people can't afford. I mean, the diehard fans, the ones that are rabid, the ones that will put the fear of God in the opposing team, they can't afford to get in or get close to the field and stuff. And so when I did my tailgate last year, it wasn't just about everybody who was able to afford to go into the game.
No, we had fun on the outside.
We ended up doing it so we had a TV outside. So we still had chicken wings and pulled pork and everything else. So you didn't have to spend that $200 and some for a ticket to be part of the atmosphere of the party. You could have taken the Metro right on over and hung out, watched the game on TV, been in the parking lot, hanging with the gang and stuff. And that's what we're going to do again this year because that's the thing that's
that was
bad.
the best part of going to the Redskins tailgate.
What's the tailgate? The only thing was the damn wind.
If it wasn't so windy, it would be perfect. But we still had a good time in that parking lot.
But yeah, we're going to be doing that again this year.
At least this year it won't be as cold or windy.
And see, that's where I agree with you, Stephanie. Joey this morning, when I woke up this morning, I get so much inspiration from you guys. But Joey, who has cerebral palsy, it sent me a message, and he's talking about how much he loves the Cowboys and things like that. And this isn't a place to just come in with just bullshit. I mean, can't we just have discussions? I mean, I can talk about. I mean, there's nothing. Ed is on here. He's a Redskin fan and all that stuff, and I can joke about his team and stuff. But I'm not going to go through and just say bad things about him. One, because I've never actually met him. I've only seen him on YouTube and stuff. But it should be. For me growing up, it was always my dad and his cousins and friends and stuff that would talk trash about football and stuff, and it was a great way to be friends and stuff. Where you could get over them. Yeah, your team sucks. We got you. Give me my $10, man. You owe me. But it wasn't done maliciously, and some of you guys out there will come through, especially stuff about my quarterback. That it's just like, really. Is that your mentality? Is it really that you're that low life? You don't need that kind of stuff. I mean, come on.
That thing would be awesome. Charlie, that's like your car, right?
Oh, now we're talking about Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Odell, see,
the Browns don't.
Odell is one of those ones who is all talk and no substance.
But the thing is, though, the Browns don't need Odell Beckham Jr. to go 500. If they had a kicker last season, they would have made the playoffs.
No, but see, that's his whole thing. Oh, we're going to be the New England Patriots, for the, and everything else. But yet,
y'all might make it to a Super Bowl before.
But no. But here it is. Oh, but I'm not going to work out.
Not until it's mandatory.
Oh, I'm going to go get a custom Rolls Royce. I'm going to be a distract. No, see, that's where you're talking the talk, but you're not walking the walk. And see, I can't stand people that just do all this talking and stuff.
Antonio Brown, he's showing up for workouts, and he's not being a distraction. He's doing what he needs to do.
Miss Jackie said something that was very poetic today. About Zeke Elliott. See, Zeke has always been known as the party animal, the life of the party. Anybody who knows him from Ohio was like, man, he stayed lit up and stuff, or the stories that you hear. And it never really cost him. Dak had the DUI, which I don't think he was convicted of. And there was that whole fight where somebody jumped him and all that. And so with Dak, it ended up basically, they say that that's the reason why he wasn't drafted higher, but I don't think that really was, because there's a lot of guys that were done a lot worse things. Jameis Winston and the crab legs and stuff didn't hurt his stock. They just did not believe that he was worth anything. They just missed on that one. But Dak Prescott goes out every day and realizes that this stuff can be taken away, and he takes and does everything to advance himself and to make sure that I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not putting myself out there.
Well, also that's the way he was raised, too.
And that's the way he was raised. Zeke is kind of like, whatever, man, you know.
I mean, both his parents went to
What's gonna
college
happen?
and were college athletes and all this other stuff too. Nothing against them, but he wasn't raised like Dak Prescott was.
Yeah, and I hope it doesn't hurt him.
I think it already has. Because, you know, when was the last time we saw Zeke Elliott do a commercial on television?
Cody, I think I just did.
I don't remember when the last time I saw Zeke Elliott do a commercial on TV.
Cody, you just sent me a message on Jobu Sports on the Facebook, but I think I just did. At least I tried to.
That's the thing, though.
Can't wait for the Brunson and Mark Calabro. Should I do a video with him?
I mean, you can do
That's one of those things that I got nothing to gain from it.
I know you don't.
I got nothing to gain from it, but
You can give him one. Maybe one. And see how he behaves. See, that's why I really...
see, I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of it. See, I know I'm old. I know I'm old. You know, I just, bam, just like that. Just make shit happen. What's happening, Jeff? How are you doing, man? I'm just sitting here watching paint dry. Literally.
Or
Watching paint dry.
Or watching somebody paint.
Yeah. Watching Michael Anthony Fitness.
They don't have nowhere to be until 6:30, so we're good.
Well, no, that's exactly what. Here's the thing. On the show. All right, we're talking about my Cowboys again. This is probably a repeat, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, but I think I recorded that already. Yeah, this is a repeat.
Yeah.
I already recorded this. I'm going to make a big one later.
Oh, okay. Michael said he's going to be doing some OTAs videos later.
Yeah, this is old too, because I already talked about your man over
Yeah.
there loading the money from the Redskins.
So we've been through the whole cycle. So, oh damn, we've been on for an hour and a half. Damn. New tweet. Oh, Maui, it's not even close as far as Dak being the #1 rushing quarterback, touchdowns and stuff. In fact, in the red zone, I think he's like almost 5 yards per carry. The next person is like 2.5. Yeah, he's good down there, but you don't really want your quarterback to be your franchise, especially if he's about to get paid $30 million. You don't want him running the ball too much. I just
Unless
don't.
necessary.
Yeah, right. You don't want to risk that too much. Don't want to get to the well too
You see
often.
what happened to Cam Newton?
Cam. Well, that's because the officials let him
You already
tee
bad
off
about
on
saying
him.
that, but he runs the ball he used to run the ball all the time.
They let him tee off on Cam.
But that and Michael Vick too. When he came back, they allowed him to do whatever they wanted to Michael Vick.
Timothy, because they're judge, jury, and executioner. And they're out to make an example of Zeke.
And he agreed to that agreement. And he agreed to that agreement too to come back to the NFL. So if you already knew about that agreement, you should.
You got to understand, the NFL, they're in charge. It's their rules. And the NFL, everybody wants to be part of. So they can kind of get away with whatever.
Yeah, this is old. Because they already talked about the guy from Baltimore. I mean, that's the other guy that's trying to find the place to play.
Joe McCoy.
Yeah, Jordan McCoy.
Has essentially concluded in common circumstances, meetings with specialist coaches. All of that is basically over the rate with Johnny. What they want to do is sell him on the day for now. It's really about seeing whether.
One thing we gotta make sure we don't do is open up the garage door with these up on top of
They'll
it.
take them all.
And I have done that before.
But you haven't done it lately.
See if they can.
That's too hot outside.
It would be great if they don't do this.
No, you haven't opened the garage door unless you bring something in. Because you want to make that AC.
Well, after we get this stuff out before we start building, Daniel or Henry, his cabinet. What I want to do is I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned out over here so we can use the side door again. Now we got the stove out of here because we can easily bring in everything else through there and not have to lose the AC. Well, because that's the hot place right now. They're the new dream team, man. And they're gonna fall on their face.
So they'll go 500. That's about it.
Well, that's what happened with the Dream Team.
Like I said, if they had a quality kicker last season, they would probably killed last season. But they didn't have a kicker. Because a lot of their games came down to a kick, a field goal. Their kicker was so bad he missed some of their games. He missed the extra point. And that was the difference between winning the game was the extra point. For some of their games.
If I can give you guys any advice, never get old. Because your body will start breaking down. And it gets to be hell when you're like me to get up and move. Yeah, that's going to need definitely another coat of paint. I need some more coffee.
It might be okay. It might be okay. Second coat on it.
Let's dry it real good because if it's not, it'll
I said this is dry.
no,
I said no, not that. This.
because it'll
That one you might not let dry a little longer. But I said this is dry and you're gonna coat the top of it.
Potentially Chip Kelly for next week. So Joe Douglas from the Eagles slated at this point to interview next week as well. So waiting for a date on the other.
Joe Douglas, that first name that was thrown out there immediately after the Packers hiring out was the Rights for first Thank you, Rappaport, our NFL Network insider yesterday, along with
Ian Rappaport, that fucking idiot.
Harris extension, or not an extension, more of a band-aid report, contract, whatever it is.
As much stuff as he gets wrong.
And this better deal gets him roughly $12 million this year, and it gets him in line, really, with the freeze and contract of Broncos.
Yeah, this is old. So I mean, because I'm talking about Dallas Cowboys.
Harris, Chris Harris,
About the Tom Brady. What was his name? They're talking about the Tom Brady quarterback like coach.
Well,
That's what what's his name said. Quarterback coach. I think that's how I played.
well, new tweet, Jack is, I'm way behind, damn. Oh, you know, I'm waiting for him to have another big screw up because I've got a picture where I'm sitting in my seat at the NFL honors and he's walking in and he's looking at his ticket and the guy comes up to him like, oh no, you're not here. You're way back up here. Sorry, buddy, get out. And I'm kind of like, ah. Okay, so yeah, that's when you know it's like, okay, it's kind of cool. Yeah. I must be in the front row. Oh boy. All right. Looks like my work is almost done here for the moment. Let this dry. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let these dry out real good, and we'll put together the other one so that way we can sand all those for tomorrow. The last one of the stair traps, because that'll be clamped up along with this for several hours. Sending good vibes. We try. From Scotland, Mark. Damn, you're in Scotland. It's nighttime there right now, isn't it? Not a fan of Mark. Laugh. I'm sure Ian Rappaport's not a fan of mine because I've trashed the guy a lot. Yeah. Did I ever play against Charles Haley one-on-one? Drills is here's the thing. I played defensive line, and Charles Haley was a linebacker. So no, we didn't have to go against. Thank God. Thank God. Charles was crazy. You know, this is. I'm going to tell you. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, and I was going to do a video about this, but Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill had 22 tackles and 3 sacks on a part-time basis, and the problem was Dallas Cowboys scouting doing his thing. Breaking news: Zeke Elliott, accuser once again. I got you a couple hours ago. The coach, he wanted to play more, and the coaches decided, nah, we're going to play you less. So there was a whole conflict, and I started looking at some of the plays that he was making, and see, look, okay, I'm gonna give you this little tease here, all right? Because I tell you what I love about Tristan Hill. Let me turn the camera down here. Tristan Hill is amazing with his footwork and his body work, split and double teams. The thing that I was small. I was about 215 pounds as a nose guard. And we had a reading defense. And what that meant was when you came off the football, you grab the guy's body, and wherever he's going, you want to fight pressure. So if he's trying to hook you, trying to turn you here because that's the hole, what you're going to do is you're going to fight pressure and try and get past it because that will lead you to the football. Watching Tristan Hill, and see, for me, pass rushing, what I used to love to do, and I don't know if I can even get down there as old as my knees are here, but what I would do is, it was called a jab, step, and rip. So you're down here on all fours, and what you would do is, you step this way, the offensive lineman steps with you, and then what you're doing is you're going the other direction, and you're dipping the shoulder, so you're giving him a small target, and you're taking your forearm, and you are just punching like crazy. And what that does is, it gets your shoulders between the double team, and you can split it. And if you're real fast, you're reacting faster than the offensive lineman can. And I'm watching Tristan Hill tapes, and I was going to actually break down this one play if I could get my pin to work right. He does a similar move to that, but instead of doing the ripping right here, he just does this like thunder crash in between the double team. And it literally, because what it does is when you rip or when you crash down to it, it knocks the guy's hands off. If their hands are off of you, then you're able to get past them. And he literally is a beast. He is all the way out between the guard and the tackle. He shoots the gap and he clubs between the. It's just incredible. And I'm just like, damn. And he's a big guy, but he's got the strength and this motor. He's fast. I'm just like, if they can get him, where he's on the page, if there's not any problems or anything, he's going to be a hell on earth. I can't wait to see him in training camp. Yeah, they definitely love Randall Cobb. They definitely say Randall Cobb has not lost any speed. So that's good news because his hamstring is definitely healed.
They say Earl Thomas though. Did you hear what they said there?
What's that?
She saying whispering in Dak Prescott's ear said if y'all get a chance to get him to come.
Oh yeah, he did the Earl Thomas.
Yeah, and they actually went to get him.
And here's what
but his contract was reasonable too.
Yeah, well here's what we want to know is he wanted to be here, and Aaron Rodgers did not want him to go. Aaron Rodgers was like, look, we got to keep him.
Yeah, but Green Bay wasn't doing anything before
Todd Gurley.
Before Kyle was going to retire.
Todd Gurley is still, before they weren't admitting that he was injured. Now they're saying, oh, there's nothing to worry about. We're just giving him some time off. Time off? It's been the off season already. What do you mean time off? That you need to be worried if you're the Rams about him. And more the reason why I say sign Zeke now. Get him 4 years from now. Although now we got the whole. That's a catch-22.
That's why they're not rushing for a contract because of all that.
Yeah.
That incident.
Yeah.
It'll be Amari Cooper will be the next one to get a contract.
I think Dak was going to. I think they're further along.
I'm talking about Dak, and it'll be Amari Cooper.
I mean, Amari, I think they're waiting to see what happens with Julio Jones.
I'm saying that he'll be the next one in line after Dak Prescott.
Derek, here's the thing. He apologized that night. But now what this guy is, I want you to crawl. I want a genuine. This is where I'm kind of like, you know what?
Let's do it and get over it.
Read between lines, buddy, is what I really want to say, because I had to apologize. I told you guys that story to begin with. I had to apologize to the other guy about the fight. It's like, really? It'll be Jobu's wings for the tailgate.
Hell yeah, there will be some Jobu.
Definitely. Lots of Jobu.
Isn't there
Probably need to get about 100 pounds.
Didn't you say there's going to be a pit master there too?
Yeah.
Possibly. So we're gonna have some pull
So-
support too.
Yeah, well, right. We're gonna have a. Here's the thing with the tailgate, and it's a mistake I've made in the past, is because I'm so concerned about making sure everybody's getting plenty to eat and all that stuff, that I'm sitting there doing all this cooking and stuff, and I'm not doing enough interaction with the fans. So what Cowboys Experience is doing is they're bringing a guy who's actually a barbecue guy, so he's going to have his whole barbecue setup and stuff in there and things, so that way we can do more interactive.
Yeah, all you got to do is make the wings.
And I'm going to be doing a lot of filming and stuff like that. If I can teach, if we have a good Wi-Fi, I might see if I can get E2 Blue. He might be able to run the set, and I can go ahead and send feeds to you guys.
The Wi-Fi is actually really good.
If it's
We only
good,
had 2 hiccups when we watched the game over the
if
Wi-Fi.
it's good, we could end up doing a show with the parking lot. That would be cool. Oh my God, could you imagine? Because I actually live streamed during the game from inside.
Because the Wi-Fi is actually really good. That's the one thing I can say
That
about.
now that would be something nobody else has done on YouTube. Have somebody in the game real time, screen and picture on picture with the guys out in the tailgate who are watching it on TV and stuff. Now that'd be some crazy
I'm
shit.
telling you, that's the one thing that the Redskins got down pack is their Wi-Fi. Got really good Wi-Fi.
You're right, Kenny.
One in Dallas Stadium.
You need to give Amari that 7. Oh, you have okay. Listen, there's no way that they're not going to pay Amari
16
Cooper
to
after giving
17
up a
is a
number
good
1
deal.
pick for him.
16 to 17 is a good number.
Thinking about that tailgate. Oh man, I tell you, we got West Coast coming all the way from the West Coast for our tailgate. So yeah, we're gonna make it big. We're gonna try and make it a YouTube event like none other. Because what we'll do, hotspot wouldn't work. Wouldn't hurt either.
We're at the Redskins.
That's Redskins Stadium. But the
But you know,
Wi-Fi
the
system is
Wi-Fi is
actually
actually
pretty
really
good out
good.
in the parking lot.
Yeah, it is. Dallas Cowboys Stadium is not because won by AT&T.
What we end up doing, because we know where the Cowboys come in,
Yeah, we usually stay right by
Mark, Dave does, wait a minute. Dave does Fox still show the NFL games on TV there? Well, usually Cowboys game is on Fox 5, yeah.
Except the last time.
Because it's NFC game.
Except that one time.
But yeah, it's still shown on there. But last year, it was actually CBS had the game, which was funny because I actually had just a regular outdoor antenna, but CBS is not done with the regular outdoor antenna. But it should be on Fox this year.
Yeah, they only did that.
Because they had Tony Romo call the game. See, Tony Romo's bad luck for Dak.
No, I'm not. He's not. It's the curse of CBS. Because last
Oh, my goodness.
time we played on CBS
We lost.
with Troy Aikman was
Yeah.
playing, we lost with the same point spread. So yeah.
Didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to go in, eat some lunch, and need to edit the herb chicken video from last night's dinner. And I got to decide about this turkey chili. I don't think I'm going to do it the way it was.
Yeah, just don't add the extra stuff.
Oh, the fellow in Scotland. Sorry, wrong mark. Got you. Well, Maui, you've become a regular here now, so welcome to the Jobu Sports Report. Appreciate all the support, everybody. Thank you for helping me get through this work day with Michael Anthony Fitness and stuff, and seeing stuff progress and kind of get a feel for it. That's not too bad looking for homemade, and of course the mantelpiece over here. So we're getting a little bit of work done. It doesn't look like we're completely just lazy, but we'll be back tomorrow doing some more stuff in here. Any other news? Hopefully we don't have any bad news that happens. Just stick by the Jobu Sports Report. Jobu's Day Job, my other channel. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe to that one, because what I want to do is I'm still worried about YouTube. Is once I can get up to 1,000, what we'll do is we'll actually do this kind of video on that channel and stuff, so that way we have a backup just in case, because you got to plan for the future. So Alpha 24, thank you very much. Mike Dade, Maui, Miss Jackie, Derek, everybody, Timothy, Brian SoCal, Mark Dade, Jesse, Worldwide Traveler, Derek, Carrie, Jesse, Derek, Landon,
What about Harry?
Harry, of course, yeah. Manuel, David, Daniel, all you guys and girls, thank you very much for being part of the show.